Hello everyone and welcome to the program. I'm Sheon Okinbaloye. As we speak, over 2/3 of Nigerian states cannot pay salaries of workers. Simply about 27 of the 36 states of Nigeria cannot meet up with the obligation of ensuring workers take their salaries home every month. This is leading to protests and workers and the labor unions down tooling. One cannot say precisely how long this nightmare will last. But as long as the states, the constituent units in our federal system rely solely on the allocation from the center, it might be for some time. Well, let's give you some statistics and a sense of what the issues of salaries and the state unable to pay means for the nation. Joining me is Channels Television's data and information analyst, Babajide Ogunsawo. Many thanks for coming on the program. It's clear that there are a lot of troubles regarding the issues of allocations and over-reliance on what the states get from the center. In data sense and the information that we have right now, what does it mean? What are the implications?
And we need to look at where we're coming from. Just 4 years ago, two events of great significance occurred. What was the first event? It was the discussion at the Nigerian Governors Forum, and what was the topic? State salaries. The second event was the discussion at the upper chambers of the National Assembly. What was the topic? State salaries. Eventually, a report was put together. Within that report, it clearly showed that there were only 6 states out of all 36 that are classified as either healthy or operating within tolerable status. And those states are Lagos from the southwest. In the south-south, only 2 states, Akwa Ibom and Delta. From the southeast, only 3 states, Imo, Abia and Anambra. From the northwest, only 2 states, Kebbi and Jigawa, and in north central, only Kwara State. So these are the 6 states that are operating really healthy budgets and operating healthy accounts. There are 21 states that are said to be classified as either unhealthy or near distress.
What the president has said about 27 states are having difficulty paying salaries. That's well over 2/3 of the nation, the states in Nigeria. And when we look at it, I mean, at this point, they can't pay salaries. Some of them, for example, a state that has a wage bill of about 3 billion gets about 2 billion from the center, and they plow all those amounts into paying salaries. They cannot even think about capital expenditure, and they've been in this quagmire for several months.
Yes, well, that's why they call for states to be more innovative. You have Osun State that has been at the center of all of this discussion. 22,000 workers. Its 8 billion IGR can only pay for 3 months of salary. This is what it means. If Osun State chooses to use all of its IGR to even pay for salaries, it will be out of money after paying for 3 months of civil salaries. Also, Kano State, out of its 13.6 billion IGR, if it chooses to pay only the salaries of its 44,000 civil servants, after 4 months, Kano State will have no more money. Today, the question is, how many Nigerian states can survive based on their IGR? The answer, 0. There is no state in Nigeria currently that can survive strictly based on the funds it collects.
Even Lagos.
Even Lagos. Lagos has an IGR of over 250 billion. But because its budget is way over 600 billion naira, it still requires money from the federal government and from loans. In simple terms, if this were a football match, we would easily be giving yellow cards to all 36 states.
Not red card.
We have currently about, based on the data we have, and based on that discussion that happened at the Nigerian Governors Forum, there are 6 states that really will be given red cards. Right. Because these are the states that they've said 50% of their revenue, more than 50% of their revenue goes into paying only salaries.
About 11 states have been taken to the International Criminal Court by SERAP, a rights advocacy organization, for the simple fact that they cannot pay workers, and they have attributed to that to an alleged inhumanity to humanity, crimes against humanity. But take us through quickly the figures about the personal costs on total revenue that you have for us this evening.
So to make it easy, let's classify it into 3 ways. You have some states that out of their total revenue, they spend less than 20% on paying salaries. You've got only 9 of those ones. You also have within the second category states that spend between 20 and 50% of their revenue on salaries of their civil servants. Now those 21 states are classified as being unhealthy and being near the border of being totally distressed. You then have 6 states that have more than 50% of their revenue going into paying only salaries. And that's Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara, Osun states, and Niger state. So these are the 6 states that more than 50% of their revenue goes into paying nothing more than salaries. Now, those are the states that were classified as being close
and
to
they must be creative. That's it.
They must be creative. They must be creative to get out of this mess.
Babajide Ogunso, Channel Television's data and information analyst. Many thanks for coming on the Jide. Always, the time is never enough for those information and data. Well, of course, we'll drag you at some point to give us some more about this. We'll talk some more about this, because if you look at one of the slides I'm going to show you right now, all the 36 states of the nation are looking to the center, and it looks so much like the center may not hold in the coming months. And in fact, it's not even holding right now. We'll take a moment. And when we return, Nigerian state may be on life support. How do we then rescue them and make them viable? That's next. Join us again.